So thank you show today. It's right over here in Madame So's creative space. So let's just go in. We'll get started. I just wanted to mention that the cutting tool show that we're doing today. All right. So that was one of the live shopping shows, first ones that we ever did, and it got such great response. That's why we're doing it again. We got a lot of requests to do this. So I'm in the studio now, and I just want to show you real quickly what kind of space this is. It's relatively huge. And as I said, she lends this out to family and friends that you can do whatever you would like here. You can paint, sculpt, knit, sew, crochet. We even have people that come in here, like actors will come in here and do a reading. We have recitals in here. It's incredibly inspiring. And we're very lucky that Madame So lets us use this to do our live shows. So I know that you guys hate the jiggly wiggliness of all this, so I got you in the stand here. What I'm going to do first is welcome all of our new viewers from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. So we've kind of expanded and it's going really well. People are really responding to it. But if you're watching on one of those platforms, I do want to remind you that it's best to watch on Madame So if you want to shop. Live shop. So if you're watching on Madame So, you can just drag stuff into your cart and take advantage of the take advantage of all the discounts, like on the spot in real time. What I'm going to do, I'm told that this is helpful. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the setup, and then I'll show you how to add stuff to your cart and where and when to put in the discount codes. So hold on. I'm going to get you in a new stand here and flip you over. There you go. All right. So you see that, folks? That's my screen. Hopefully you're seeing kind of the same thing. All the way on the left, you see the products that are eligible for the discounts today. In the middle is going to be me. And on the right, those are the real-time comments. Okay. So, the products on the left, those are the only products that are valid for the discounts that I'm going to share with you. Let me tell you about the discounts. We have this really cool tiered discount. So I'm going to make that as large as I can for you. Hold on. I'm sure it's relatively small there. Yeah, okay. All right. So sorry about that. So here are the tier discounts. If you spend, let's say, everything in your cart, if it adds up to between $0 and $35, you get 10% off using the discount code LIVE10, and so forth. So $35 to $55, you get 20% off using LIVE20, $55 to $75, 30% off LIVE30, $75 to $95, 40% off LIVE40, and then anything above $95, you get 50% off using LIVE50, and also free shipping for $50 and over. And these discounts are good until midnight tonight. Today is October 4th, so midnight Eastern Standard Time, October 4th, you can use these tiered discounts for anything that's in your cart involving the products that you see on the left. What I'm going to do now is I am going to show you how to add stuff to your cart. So as you see, I'm playing around on the products, right? I'm going to get the electric fabric scissors. So it says add to cart. I'm going to go ahead and click that. Now, what I want to do is scroll down. Right now, I'm in purgatory. I want to scroll down, and now you see the add to the cart down here. That's when it officially goes into your cart. So now you see I have one item in my cart. I'm at like $69.99. Let me just go ahead and put in these gold, very, very handsome, gold-handled stainless steel shears. Add to cart, will do. As I said, scroll down. Now it's officially in my cart. Great. So now if I want to check out, I'll go to my cart and I'll click on it. Okay. All the way down there, there's a black bar that says checkout. So I'm going to hit that. And now, as you see, we've switched from a screen that was divided into three into one full screen. And that's because we are now officially at Madame So for the official checkout. So you can see I have the two products here that I put into my cart. If I scroll down, it will say proceed to checkout. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, proceed to checkout. I'm going to decline that offer for now. Okay, proceed to checkout. On the left side of the screen, they want contact information, but let's look at the right side of the screen right now. Underneath my products, you have this little bar that says discount code or gift card. I look at my total, I'm at $101, so that I am eligible for the 50% off. So I'm going to go ahead and put live 50 and hit apply. And now you see that my total has been adjusted 50% off. So here I am now at $50.74. So what I would want to do now then is go back to the left, fill all of that in, and that will take you to the next screen for your actual purchase, for your purchase information, for your shipping information, etc. It's as easy as that, folks. So now we get to start the demos for these amazing products. Again, today is all about the cutting tools, right? So we're going to start with our rotary cutters. Now, I recently did a quilting show, so it was all quilting products, but we did not have the rotary cutters as part of that deal, right? And so I got a lot of messages from people saying, don't you know, quilters are the ones that use rotary cutters the most. And I actually never thought of use rotary cutters more than sewers. There's a lot to be said for rotary cutters. So I'm going to tell you about our rotary cutters. I'll give you some shared benefits and features, and then we'll go through sort of the nuances of the three different sizes. So it does come in three sizes. Let me show you that. We have 28 millimeter, we have 45 millimeter, and we have 60. That is the mother of all rotary cutters, I think. So all of these have incredibly strong tungsten steel blades. Now, tungsten steel is a lot stronger than... All right, so you see the safety cap just slid down, and now I'll put it back up. So that's good as if you're laying it away, you're not going to cut yourself. And then, of course, the safety cap is great for storage and for travel. I'm going to start then with the 28 millimeter, which is the smallest. So I just want to show you a couple things here. Comes in a cute little box. So we're going to look at a piece of vinyl. That's just regular vinyl. And I'm going to give you a chance to look at that. Okay. So the vinyl, I'm going to go ahead and use this ruler just for fun. I mean, I'm not really caring about a straight line at the moment. I just want you to see how it goes right through this vinyl. And this is the smallest of the three. See that? Like butter, right? Maybe I'll do two, just for fun. So now I'm going through 2 layers of this vinyl. No problem. 2 layers, no problem. Now I want to show you what I really like about the smaller one. So the smaller one, of course, is great for, lighter fabrics, tighter spaces, smaller cuts. When you're cutting a corner, no, I'm not talking about the outside corner. I'm saying if you had to do a corner on the inside, this is better because the blade is so small. You'll get a more accurate, more precise, clean corner. But this is what I really like. I make these stuffed ornaments for Christmas ornaments for my family every year. So what I've done is I have this template. It's just a bell. I've doubled up my fabric. I have like a nice brocade kind of thing, and then I've got a stripe. So we're going through 2 layers of fabric. I've already drawn, I've already drawn my bell on the fabric. And just for time's sake, I've already started cutting it out. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just show you this baby right here is really, really good for cutting curves, especially tighter curves. So I'm going to pop that open right now. I'm actually going to stand up. and I'm going to continue where I was. And as you see, I'm just following along that curve. I mean, I'm going slow just because I want to be as precise as I can. But see how easy that was? I'm cutting through two pieces of fabric, right? Now I've got this bell going on, sew it up, stuff it. Now, of course, normally I would cut, as you see this here, normally I would cut on the outside. Sometimes I use pinking shears and I don't finish the edge. Sometimes I do a seam. So, but anyway, that part is up to you. But did you see how easy that was? That was our 28 millimeter. I mean, this little baby does some damage, and that's our smallest one. So now let me show you the 45. 45 is sort of the middle of the road guy, right? So 45 is right in between the 28 and the 60. So if you're going to get one, if you're only getting one size, it's pretty much the 45 that you want to look at, okay? It kind of does most of the stuff that the 60 does and most of the stuff that the 28 does. But as I said, it's right there in the middle. So you can get more multiple layers, more cuts like that. You can still do sort of a wide curve, no problem. And layers, of course. But let me just show you, let's see, what do we want to do first? All right, we'll do this. This is a piece of wool. I had used the flower stitch on this. The flower stitch is available today too, and it's got a piece of stabilizer. So we're going through one piece of wool and one stabilizer. I'll show you how easy that is. Done. See that? Like butter. And that's 2 layers. I mean, relatively easy layers, but yeah, that was 2 layers. Now we're going to do 2 layers of denim. Check it out. 2 layers of denim, right? Why not? So let me do that there. Done. Like butter, 2 layers of denim. And then this is kind of cool. I just want to show you, we have stabilizer. We've got like a cotton canvas. It's actually outdoor material. Then we have batting, and then we have a cotton. And within that, so basically we have 4 layers. 4 layers here. I'm going to go ahead and cut that for you. Here we go. Once again. So 4 layers. We've got batting, 2 cottons, and stabilizer. Easy peasy, as one of my Madame Sew bosses would say. Anyway, so that's the 45, and you can see how you can use it for so many different things. 60, the mother of all. Isn't that big? It's so ridiculous. Look at this compared to this. Hi. So this one is great for multiple layers, for sure, which I'm going to show you now. But also, because of the diameter of this and the large wheel on it, let's say, it's really good for if you're cutting, let's say, a few yards, right? And you want a straight line, you're using a ruler. So as you're doing that, maybe you want something that's this large for the same reasons that you would use it for multiple or difficult fabrics. So man, you can do, what I'm going to do first is, this is a quilted fabric, as you see. What you can't see is that there's already batting in here, but you really can't see it. There's a very thin piece of batting in between, which I guess helps the quilting puff out a little bit. So what we have then is 4 layers. 4 layers. And not only that, but there's some sort of like a carbon threading in the back of it, in the lining of it. But let's see if we can do 4 layers of that, huh? I think we can. So pop that open. It's open. I'm going to go ahead and use this for fun. And here we go. What? Yeah, that really happened. So 4 layers of quilted fabric. in one fell swoop. And now I'm going to show you the leather. So what I have is two pieces of leather, okay? But as you see, it's a different texture on each side and they've been fused together. So what we have here really is four pieces of leather. Granted, they're not that thick. They're relatively small. This was a purse. So, but it's, you know, if you want to say it's two pieces of leather, we'll say that. But as I showed you, it's actually four. Okay, so how's that going to go? Well, it's going to go like that. Isn't that something? So those are our rotary cutters. And what I just wanted to show you sort of why you would use the 60 to do one project and why you would use the 28 to do another. And of course, as I mentioned before, the 45, if you're only getting one, is perhaps your best bet. It is the most popular, okay? Before I talk pricing, I want to tell you about the replacement blades. So we do have blades, 60, 45, and 28. So these come in a set of 5, all tungsten steel, and one cool little feature here, of course, the storage case, and one cool little feature. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but I'll try. Yeah, you can see it. There are numerical demarcations on the 45 and the 28, if that helps you at all. I don't know. But anyway, so now we can talk pricing on these. All right. So the 28 millimeter cutter is $12.49. The 45 is $14.99. And the 60 is $22.99. Now, of course, the discount on these is going to be determined by what else you have in your cart and the value of your cart. And then you'll be able to use whatever discount code applies, okay? Now let's talk pricing on the blades, on the replacement blades. So the 28, set of 5, $11.99. The 45, set of 5, $12.99. And the set of 5, 60 is $21.99. Again, for the tungsten steel, 5 blades, this is a pretty good deal, especially once you apply that discount. So let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, stay sharp, won't bend. Yeah, I think I covered that. So have at it. I have all 3, and as I said, I use 45 the most, but as I'm doing, I cut out a lot of patterns for stuffed dolls and for stuffed toys and for ornaments and stuff like that. So I tend to be using the 28 when I'm cutting out those patterns. It's just more easy, it's more precise. Layers of stuff, if I want to make, let's say, 12 of these, then I'm doing layers of maybe 6 layers for that, if I can do, especially if they're straight lines, you know what I mean? So I hope that helps with the rotary cutters. Let me see if there's anything going on. Oh yeah, it looks like we're doing pretty good with the rotary cutters, huh? I like that idea. I'll tell you okay, let me get back to the show. I'm going to keep going with the streams. I want to see if it can catch up. Seems like I'm off a little bit. Is there a lag behind with you guys? We're going to move into one of my favorite demos, and it is a product that I use quite often. That is our electric fabric scissors. Our electric fabric scissors, they look like this. You see the wonderful Madame So red there, our signature Madame So red, and the logo. We've got a little safety cap on there. I'll show you more about that in a minute. It is rechargeable. So what we have, you are jerky and broadcasting. Thanks, Barbara. But even right now, I know when I move the camera, of course, it's in my hand, so that might be a little weird, but I'm hoping that once I have it in the stand, it kind of stabilizes a little bit. it looks stable from my view. Anyway, here's the electric fabric scissors. They're rechargeable. It is a USB recharge, so you can go into a laptop, computer, or use an adapter. It takes 3 hours for a complete charge, but here's the kicker. You get 3 hours of uninterrupted work with it at the same time. So I think all in all, I think it's a really good, powerful charge and a really decent length of time that you can use these uninterrupted. So here's the sharp part that I wanted to show you. So these are perfectly, very, very sharp, but perfectly safe to the point where you can go like this. And that is because if you look real close, you see that silver half moon right there? That's the actual blade. So don't be freaked out. It's perfectly safe. See that? Yeah, so they're incredibly sharp, but also perfectly safe. And again, you know, it's got the safety cap, so you can use the cap when you're not using the scissors for storage, or even if they're just staying on your work table for a while, you can use the cap just for extra safe. Now I'm going to show you all the cool stuff that it can do. We'll start with, here is a very challenging fabric. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but there are these periwinkle welts. I'm trying to show you sideways because they're definitely more than 1/4 of an inch. Some of them on the thickest part kind of gets to near 1/2 inch. But I love this fabric when I found it, saved it for years. And then when I tried to use it on a project, I couldn't work with it at all. I couldn't really cut it. Sewing was almost impossible. I kept breaking needles. But I just want to show you how easy. So we're going to go over what looks to be about 5 of these welts with the electric scissors. Okay? Hold on, let me just get it started, and then I'll come up here so you can actually see. You see that? All right, we'll go there, right there, the thickest part. Look at that. Amazing. I mean, you try to do that with another kind of cutter, and you know, you might end up with a lot of an uneven line, especially around the welts. So there's that, but it just keeps getting better and better. We have, let's say we'll do 1, 2, we'll do three layers of denim, but with the denim double seam. All right. So let's check that out. I'll do it this way for you. Here we go. Get it started. Sorry about that. All right. Let's go. Let me get that started. Once again, like butter, it just goes right through this stuff. You haven't seen anything yet. Here we have all total, it's four layers. So we've got a wool backing. We've got our quilted fabric here, and we have 2 layers of batting in the middle. All right. Let me just do that for you. Okay. Isn't that something? It doesn't stop there. Let's do 4 layers of fleece. So here we have like a leopard fleece. I don't know if you can see a faux fur kind of thing. And I'm going to double that up. All right, I'll double that up, and then I'll fold it, which gives us 4 layers of fleece. 4 layers of faux leopard fleece, faux fur. I mean, you know, it's so satisfying too, cutting these challenging fabrics, layers and layers. Oh, this one, I mean, you've kind of seen this already, but now I have 4 layers of the quilted. Easy. Then we get into leather. So here we have 2 layers of the leather with 2 of this sort of sateen, and then batting in the middle. Here we go. I hope hope you saw that. I mean, that is so crazy. And then two more that are just always really fun, of course. Cardboard, and then carpeting. Carpeting. How about that? So again, if you have, this is really good for, we have another pair of scissors that's good for this also, but what I'm saying is it's good for dexterity issues. It's good for hand fatigue. It's good, again, if you're doing very large swaths of fabric. If you're doing a lot of repetitive kind of work that you need to make multiples of, this is really good. It makes, time flies. Let's put it that way, time flies. We also have, I'm going to talk price in the middle in a minute, but we also have replacement heads, okay? So here's, if you look at that, we have the replacement heads as well. And I just want to show you how easy it is to change out. So I'm just going to take that off. Here we have, I guess you can watch me do it down here. How's that? Maybe it's easier. All right. So what you want to do, there's two screws, one on either side. So it's just a matter of taking those screws out. If the head is, if you find that your cart is nearly at a threshold, and you weren't really interested in the replacement head, if you can get it for a decent discount, then go ahead and do it. You're not going to have to replace it that often. Okay, so basically now that I have that off, there's a little release right here, a little release right there. When you hit that release, you just slide the head right off. There's two little channels right by the screws. Oh, hold on, I get mixed up. There we go. So just under the screw, you see there's a channel there. And that's where this slides into. So I'm going to take that one, put that to the side, and I'm going to take the new replacement head, and I am going to go ahead and put that in. Okay. See if I got that right. Oh, that's weird. Hold on. I've got it on the track, kind of. It actually is easy. I'm putting the screws back in, and it's as easy as that. It's as easy as that. So I'm quite fond of these electric fabric scissors, and I'm pretty sure that you will be too. So have at it. Let me tell you about the pricing. Electric fabric scissors are $69.99, and then of course the discount will be dictated by what else is in your cart. And then the replacement head is $19.99. So scissors, replacement head, $69.99, $19.99. Nice set, right? Yeah, and boy, you can do a lot with this tool. You can do a lot with it's magic. It's magic, I say. Now we'll take care of a couple of the smaller items that are somewhat whimsical, like these. Like these. Isn't that something? Hold on, I want to check something real quick. Okay, these, my friends, are classic stork scissors. They're charming. They're classic, of course. They're very useful curio. So I thought, before I started using them, I thought it was purely a decorative kind of novelty, but I started using them, and they are really, really great snippers, of course. I keep these by my machine. So these are the snippers I use every time I snip my, my threads, my upper and lower threads. But, just very, very easy. Of course, they're sharp, they're simple, they're easy to use, just keep them at reach, all of that. But one of the things, the other thing I do, what I discovered is because they're so small, when you're when you're threading your machine, right? So you've got the spool thread coming down, going right through the presser foot, and then you're trying to catch your bobbin thread coming up from the bottom. And then when you do that, they're kind of looped together, and I simply use these and I slide it under my presser foot. It catches both threads, brings them out to the side, separates them, and then I just take them, put them towards the back machine, and I'm good to go. So that was a pleasant little discovery. Something else that you can do with these, but they really are cute. And then let me give you a quick origin story. I was curious as to like who, they've been around for a while, like 1800s pretty much. And I was just wondering like, how can something so cute have so much longevity, I guess, when there are so many other kinds of scissors to buy? Well, it turns out the origin of these, the people that invented them were midwives. So midwives were using similar scissors to this to cut umbilical cords. And then I guess somebody had the brilliant idea, well, if that's what we're using them for, let's make it a stork. And so it just makes, it warms my heart every time I reach for them and use them, that it has such a rich history for something as simple as these classic, charming stork scissors. So the stork scissors are $10.49, just so that you know, $10.49 to keep handy while I'm sitting on the or anything like that. But these are the ones that I keep when I'm not necessarily working at my sewing machine. It has a safety cap. What's really cool is that they're spring action. They're incredibly sharp. They're ergodynamic, so they've got a place for your, I use this finger on it, but, and then I just use my thumb on the top. But what's really time-saving, believe it or not, is that these are spring action and they rest open, just a matter of pressing to snip. Really lovely storage and travel. Keeps them sharp and safe. All right. So the premium snips are $15.11. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Is that if you add that to your cart, it might just push you over or up into another threshold with a much larger discount. I guess, let me see if anyone, let's see. You're cutting a lot. Oh, folks, if I'm cutting a lot, it took me a minute to figure out what you were saying. Yeah. See, I'm sorry that I'm cutting out, like whether voice or image is cutting out. I'm sorry about that. I'm not seeing that on my end. So once in a while, my lips seem to be lagging behind what I'm actually saying, but that's the only thing that I'm seeing here. So I suppose when this is done, I'm just going to have to work this out for the next time. But I'm very sorry. Of course, it's disappointing and frustrating for all of you. But oh, Marjorie, I'm sorry. Please tune in again because yeah, we really only have 3 products left, so I'm going to proceed, and hopefully between the information you see on the screen, text on the screen, and what I'm actually showing visually, it may be enough to get you through. Let's talk about the pinking shears. These pinking shears have an aerodynamic, very comfortable, soft handle. They're 9 1/4 long. The blade is 3 3/4. Blade is 3 3/4. Minimizes spraying on fabric edges, of course, as you know, and the zigzag edge is just so super cute. It's great for crafting. If you're crafting with paper, though, you might want to consider getting another pair that's dedicated specifically to that. I can show you. I'll cut a couple of fabrics for you and show you how it does minimize. If you see, look at the crazy hairy, thready edge there. And then I'll just cut across, and you can see how much cleaner it's going to be with a lot less fray. And that goes for other fabrics, of course, too. Look how messy that is. And then we can just clean that up with a couple cuts. There you go. Much better. Much better. Yeah, so the pinking shears, as we see, are $13.94. $13.94 for these pinking shears. Not bad at all. They're very cute. I like them a lot. This is one of my favorites. These are our spring action scissors. It's got a little lock on it there. So once I release that lock, you can see how easy. It's got a loop on the bottom, the handle does, to fit 4 fingers, and then this lever on the top for your thumb. So you would be using them like this. Also, these are good for right-handed and left-handed, just so that you know that. These are 9.5 inches long. The blade is 4 inches. And a really cool nuance about this, when you think about it, it makes sense. These, because if you use regular scissors, okay, regular scissors, you're responsible for clipping down and bringing it back up, opening them again. So as you're working along, you're less likely to take advantage of the entire length of the blade. But with these, because all you're doing is going down, every time you let go, you can move ahead and fill this entire blade with your fabric. So I'm just show you what I mean here. Go. All right. So here it is, full blade. That is a 4-inch cut. Do that again. Go right to the crevice. 4-inch cut. 4-inch cut. So you can imagine doing full lengths. I'm just going to go ahead and do this and show you. I'm not going to worry too much about the straight line. I just want to show you how easy and quickly you can get through an amazing swath of fabric. And it takes no time at all. None. How about that? No time at all. Isn't that great? So I love these. I think that they're perfect for long cuts, as I just said. They're perfect for dexterity issues and for just general hand fatigue. They're perfect for that. So it's really, it's maximum cut with minimum effort. You know what I mean? So of course it's going to make your sewing process, or at least prep process, a lot more expedient, don't you think? So the spring action scissors are $25.99. $25.99, not bad at all. And then we have one more pair of scissors. Okay, we have one more pair of scissors, and that is these are beautiful. Look at this. Gold handled stainless steel shears. All right, so I have shears, of course, and like everybody else, I keep mine hidden. I only use them for fabrics, and I only use them for special fabrics. So I had a pair for, I don't know, maybe 6 years or so. I've had these for about 3 now. These are my newly adopted special shears. I just think they're really gorgeous, so handsome. It looks like they're really heavy, right? It looks like they're heavy. Surprisingly light and surprisingly easy in the hand. If you have a chance, if you're interested in these, definitely check out the reviews on madamsew.com. You'll be surprised at how many people say exactly what I just said. They're much lighter than they look, and they are easy on the hand, very easy to maneuver. One thing I want to show you is this nut. You see the nut and bolt here? It's incredibly tight and incredibly strong, and I have yet to have to tighten it. And what's really important about that is I'm holding the scissors this way so that you can see when the blade's closed, they're rubbing up against each other. And that's what you want. You want that as tight as possible so you're getting a very, very clean line. Also, I don't know if you can hear this, but listen how you're in your studio, it's dusk, it might be sprinkling outside. That little soothing sound goes a long way, man. That is just so nice. Yeah, so I like one thing I forgot to mention before, but all three pairs of scissors that I showed you, you can see how the handles are offset, right? They're offset. They're not right in the center this way. They're offset up, and that is simply to get your best cut. So if you're working on a surface, right? Hold on, let me get. If you're working on a surface like that, you can see how your handles are not going to get in the way. Whereas if the handles were in the center, it'd be more likely to be like that. You know what I mean? So I just thought that was a really cool nuance for sewing scissors, that the handles are offset so that you get a flatter cut as you're moving along. So these gold handled, all in all, I think these cutting tools are really great. As I said, this cutting tool show, it's the second time we do it because requests to do it again, and so many requests for these particular items to be valid for a discount. So we decided to do it, and we may just do another one of our first shows in the next couple months. But yeah, so check it out. Take advantage of it. As I said before, it's a tiered discount. So once you see the value or the total of what is in your cart, then just refer to that tiered discount and see what discount code you should use. The discount codes are good for only the products that you've seen here today on the tonight. Today is October 4th, so midnight Eastern Standard Time. Have at it. I think that's really cool. What I want to do before we say a bit adieu, that's French, is big giveaway, which was a $500 fabric prize package. We are going to launch the next giveaway, which is going to be our final big giveaway for 2023. We're going to launch that on Saturday, October 14th, at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. From there, you'll have access to the entry link, and you'll be able to enter to win that. Then we have our next live shopping is the Fastener Show, and that's on a Wednesday, 2 weeks from today, Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's all about fasteners. So it's buttons, snaps, zippers, hook and eye, all those fasteners. We're going to cover all of those, and you'll have this tiered discount as well for that. So I hope to see you there. Then on madamsew.com, you always have to check out the daily deals. Today, the Big 5 press-a-foot set, which includes the flower stitch, open toe walking foot, a rolled hem foot, and two others. Really some very, very unique and very useful press-a-feet. So definitely check that out. And they're featuring bundles, tons of bundles with crazy cool savings. So yeah, check that out. But as far as the daily deals go, if you have a minute, check it out every day. It's a different product every day. And scroll down a little bit and you'll see monthly deals as well. So check that out. We want to thank you for bringing us into your sewing experience. It means a lot to us. It means a lot to Madam Sew to hear your feedback, to hear your ideas. It really helps us figure out what we want to add to the portfolio, what is going to be most useful to you to make your sewing experience more enjoyable. So thank you for that. Thank you for joining us like this. It's fun for me, and I'm very, very sorry if it was as jerky as it seems from the feedback that I'm reading here. I'm going to roll up my sleeves and look into that and try to figure out what's been wrong. So please join us again. Don't let this one turn you off to us, okay? And I suppose I'm going to say thank you and have a great day. I mean, it's like summer here today. It's crazy. All right, enjoy, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. All right, for the Fastener Show. Thank you. All right. Bye now.